this is my screen, but right now I don't have anything. So yeah, so this is the material I use for white box testing. Yeah. So we start with requirements and we end with UAT testing. Maybe UAT testing. There is more than that actually. UAT testing. So we will end with here. So we are doing the first and last part of it, and we are forgetting in between. This used to be how software is built in the old days, not now. Means like phase by phase, phase by phase, phase by. No, now everything is do it all together. Let's integrate everyone. Agile development. So what is agile development? Anyone? Can anyone define me? So yeah. So the do it fast, and it's a yes. So it's perfect. So someone raised a hand. Let me listen from them. Yes, Rutvi.
Oh, I just wanted to answer the question on agile development.
No problem. Go ahead.
Agile development is basically you divide the project into different sprints, which is called different sections, and the process goes such that you can incorporate changes along the way. Requirements are written along the way. It's not like you first write all the requirements, then implement it. So it's an ongoing process, more flexible, and there is space for incorporating changes.
So there is place for incorporating changes. So what does this mean? Like she said that it's like dividing the tasks into sprints and all this stuff, so that if any requirement change comes, so we can easily fit in. So what does that mean? The other life cycles before, means other methodologies before, didn't fit this in. Am I right? They are not good. Means for changes, if there is any requirement change, they cannot accommodate. Yes, for example, think like that is a process there. Now BA said that I made the requirements, I gave them, and architecture said that I gave the detailed design. Some change comes up. Already like months passed by the cycle, so you are taking each step one at a time. It's synchronous, like one after another. First requirements, then design, then coding, then testing. So one phase cannot mix up with other. That is the way how it was before. One test is not mixing with other. So by the time it went to coding, already BA is on another project or something. It's not like that. So you can bring change, already detailed design is made or anything. It's not like that. It should be integrated. It should be done. Everyone should done piece by piece. Take it by task by task. It's not only that. It's actually agile is not only about how we do it. It's about human resource methodologies. Like early morning meeting should be there. What is doing today should be there. Everything comes up. Test driven development. Does anyone know test driven development? TDD. What is test driven development? So I will ask you one thing. So how many of you here for BA and how many of you are here for QA? For everything. For everything. Here, anyone online? BA or QA? So it's both, right? So not just BA. Is anyone there for just BA? Okay, hold on. Actually, I will give you a chance to Reena. Like, yes, tell me, Reena.
I just want to give you an answer. You said like
yes.
QA or QA.
Okay,
right?
what is TDD? Yeah.
QA.
Okay, you are for QA. Okay, no problem. So everyone here is for QA. No problem. What is TDD? Anyone can answer me that? Test driven development. That is unit testing. Yes, testing before development. Testing before. How will you test it before development? Writing the test cases before development. Even before the coding starts, you will write the test case. When do you write a test case in normal life cycle? Normal software development life cycles? Most of the time after development. Because you see the product. You need to see the product, right? Yeah, yes, after the requirements, mostly after the requirements, but it takes like testing phase generally starts after development. So which you don't see the product, but generally it's, you never know, somewhere after the requirements. Yes, abstract testing. There is something called in QTP. There is something called business-driven testing or something. No, no, no. No, no, no. There is something called even without seeing the see. You can record scripts without seeing the product also. That there is a concept in that QTP. There is one tool in that actually. Without the product also you can record the scripts. That is test driven development or something like that. Not test driven development. QTP is not, it doesn't come into test. So because of agile things changed. What I meant to say here is like agile changed everything. First thing is software cannot go through like one after another cycle. So it's not requirements, it's not design, it's not, everyone should mix up. Means take one part piece at a time, then develop it, finish it module by module, divide it into modules and module by module, and it integrated human resource technologies. Like see, finally developers are people, human people, they make mistakes, so let's integrate with the team programming, pair programming, that is called pair programming. Every class should be written by two programmers because one can see others mistake, no one can see their own mistakes. Am I right? And there should be a QA for that team also. There should be a QA given to the development team, each team. That QA will be seeing that, because no developer can think it from the user's perspective. Never ever don't think that developer has to think from user's perspective. Developer only thinks that he should write good code that can be useful by anybody. I do not know if it fits for him or not. That can be useful by anybody. For anybody. So, but a QA can see the user's perspective. QA always comes with the requirements here onto the table and says that, okay, is this fitting to the user requirement or something? That's what he brings to the table. So QA should be integrated into the development. So what will he do? He will do development? May not be, but he will be looking at the code. He will be code reviews. He should be participating in the code reviews. If you go and check for in Craigslist or anywhere in the white box testing requirements, there will be a code review concept there. You will be participated in the code review. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Why? Not a developer. I don't say developer. It's a teamwork. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, agreed. You see, technology is there. You have to see the perspective of technology from which side. Means it's not like, see, now all the technology is for everyone. From the BA to from the customer support to everyone. But they see a side of it. Developer sees a deeper side of it. You see only from the other side of it. Like you need to know, but doesn't mean that you shouldn't know anything. Means you should know everything from Ajax to jQuery to everything. But your perspective is different and your knowledge depth will be different from others. Okay. So that is one thing. Pair programming. Extreme programming means before, for example, think like we are building a software for aeroplane or something. You made a requirement. Now Boeing came up with a requirement. Boeing got a requirement that we should build a aeroplane that is bigger than the Airbus 360 or what is that? 360. Then they, for requirements, how many they took? 1 year. And for design they took like 3 years. Okay. Now they are coding and they are taking 4 or 5 years. Somewhere they said that the requirements is not right. How many years we wasted? Gone. Everything is gone. How much money we wasted? Are we getting the end product? Remember, in software world, no one wants a best software. No one wants a best software or like awesome software or nothing. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. There is nothing perfect in the software world. Why? Because the world itself is not perfect there. It's a virtual world. Okay. Because we are assuming that this runs on this processor, this runs on this memory, this runs on this machine, this much. So, but that is you are assuming. That might be there, that might not be there. The database will be there. You are assuming things. That might be there, that might not be there. Everything is tend to fail. Is there any QA group for every other departments? For example, physics or something. See, there is a Bay Bridge build or something like that. Do you see a QA department for that? No, you don't see QA department or anything like that. They'll just do inspection. Come one day and say that, okay, this is still there. I'll come after 1 year. But you have to constantly test software. Then there is something wrong about our world. Right? There is something wrong about our world which is not wrong with other worlds. Yes. Metadata is a different concept. Yeah, I agree with that. But it's a different concept. So there is something really wrong about our world. Means QA is taking more time than development. Will that happen anywhere else? No. I'll tell you one story. Denver airport is closed for 1 year. It has to it opened late after 1 year, Denver airport, because the testing failed. They didn't test it right. There are many cases in this real world where like many things have done like delayed, or projects have collapsed because of software, because they didn't do testing or development right. So software world is not. So agile is, before agile everyone was tend to create a perfect world. Everyone was driven to create a perfect software and all these things, but that doesn't happen. Like you are like that is nowhere possible. It's impossible. Okay. So that's why agile is tending, let's have a software that is useful, not perfect, that is useful. Let's give a software at least the user can use. See, finally we are driven by requirements. So let's try to give a software which can give the user what he wants. So if tester is involved in every stage, what he is testing for? Are you giving me what the user wants? Are you giving me what the user wants? If he is there along our way, if BA is along our way, they are there to check, to give, means drive the developers, drive the designers, drive the architects in a way to give a software what the user wants. I don't want a perfect one. I don't want an amazing one or complex one. Just give me what the user wants. Let's finish off this project and let's move on to other project. Let's make some money for the company. Right? Let's finish this soon. That's what Agile tells us. Okay? That is what is important. So now you learn, now you see that testers should be involved everywhere. So you will test it generally like before Agile. So everyone will do their design after requirements, then the development, then you will start testing. So you will really start testing, manual testing or automation testing. So how far you are in QTP, load runner and all these things? You completed everything? Just QTP. So you are comfortable with QTP now. So you know what is automation. You know what is automation. You know what is scripting. What are scripts? You know, you can write simple VB scripts. Okay. I don't take that for granted. Okay, but you know little small functions, like if I say wait, sync or something like that. Okay, if else or something, you can write a if else or something like that. Okay, you can write if else or something like that. So you know logic, you can put logic there. That's what I want. You can put logic there. So now, when will you use QTP? What testing? Like when will you use it? On which application you used QTP? What is the application, which web-based application? What is that? Tell me the website. URL of that. Domain. newtools.demoaut.com. What is AUT? Application under test. Means what is the current application you are testing. In testing world, when they say AUT, this is my AUT. Means what is the app? Means you might be working in many applications, many projects. What is your AUT? Is the current application what I am testing. Okay. That can be web application or anything. So remember, these keywords are very important. AUT, yeah. Means whenever I say something keywords, please write them or use them in interviews. Okay? Interviews, these help a lot. Okay? Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure. Are we waiting on something? No, we are not waiting actually. We are doing the introduction for the new batch. Chama? Actually, there is a new batch today. Yeah. So we are doing the introduction of that. Okay. All right. So when do we? So you need a application to test. So what does that mean? Application should be already built to test. You're telling that I should have the application already built. So coded, build. What is building? What is coding and what is building? Can anyone tell me? What is the difference between coding and building? Yes. Code and what is that? Compiling. What else? Anyone on the phone? They can speak. If they can raise a hand. Yes, Nirmala. Actually, I don't see your audio. Yes, Nirmala, you can type in there. Anyone on the phone? What is coding? What is building? Developers write code. Where? Where do the developers write code? In plain text files. Means whether they used some tools or anything, it's plain text files. Will that make a web application? Huh? Will that make a web application? No, right? Will that make a desktop application? No, they have to build it and make a exe out of it. What is exe? When you double click, something gets installed, right? Yes, something gets run, right? Or when you install jar files or something, there are jar files, and there may be, you have to produce HTML files, all these things. So you need to build. Build will compile and generate the files which are necessary to run the programs, which are necessary to, that may be exes, jars, anything, bars, or HTMLs, or anything, anything, Java, .NET, or DLLs. Code is compiled into DLLs or anything. This you will put it in executables. Yes, perfect. This you will put it on some server, right? Your application server, web server, you know that, right? Application server, web server, and you will host it so that you can point to there and run that web application. So hosting, compiling, and making executables or HTML files, runnable files, is building. So there are tools to do that. Tell me some of the tools to build. Anyone? Tomcat is a server, application server. Anyone tools to build or something? Anyone? Just you don't have to know that. I am not saying. See, everyone I say here, there is no guarantee that you should know it. Compilers are there. There are some tools, like famous tools like Ant, Maven. Remember, these are the things you need to talk tomorrow in white box testing. Ant, Maven. Why? See, everything I am telling here, I might teach it. Doesn't mean that you should know it before. Ant. Yes. Yeah. All right. Yes. Cruise control is not build tool. Yeah. Ant. Yes. I don't know. It's Apache Ant. That's it. Yeah. Maven, Maven. Yes, I will write everything, so don't worry about that. So when I'm talking about this kind of thing, first one is AUT. Yes, someone wants to speak. Yes, Shama. Say that.
I was just trying to answer that question. That's all.
Okay, Ant and Maven. Okay, no problem. So these are the things. Ant and Maven are the build tools. Tomorrow you will be talking about them. Yes, once you finish the white box testing, you should talk about them. And you will host. Yes. Host it means putting it under our server, so that you can point. When you say www.google.com, they put that file somewhere, right? So you can point to that. So there is a domain, right? When I'm saying www.google.com, what am I pointing to? Am I pointing to a machine? What is IP address then? Is it a machine? It's an address of a machine. So it is uniquely identifying a machine. So IP address is a unique address for each machine. So it's a machine, it's a server. It might be app server, web server, or some other server. So they are putting the files there. That is hosting. Hosting means take your files and put somewhere. That is publicly available. Got it? Alright, so Ant and Maven. So now you need a AUT to test it. But once you come to this class, it's changed. So I am telling this in front only, like before only. I want to set your expectations right. You are not going to test a application under test. You are going to test the code. You are going to read the code. You are going to understand the code. You are going to review the code, but you might write code, but you may not become a programmer. Means you don't have to become a programmer. You need the concepts to understand the code. Right now we are going to test after the product is built, but now we are going to test throughout the product building process, throughout from the design, throughout from the coding, throughout from the building. Everything you are testing is integrated. Test driven development by developers, test driven development by testers, and there is something called continuous integration. Right now, think like, I will tell you some points about continuous integration. I'm a startup company. I'm building a small application. Here, whatever I say, like one thing, I really respect black box testing, but I am teaching white box testing. You have to understand that. Okay, that doesn't mean I don't respect black box testing. QTP is one of the best tools still available. Okay, but some world is little moving somewhere else. Means changing. There are some changes in the current QA and current development process and everything. I'm taking that part, but I'm not blaming this part, or I'm not denying this part or anything. It is still great. But if you choose your path this way or that way, it's up to you. And remember, it's not one path. It's testing. It's overall testing. There are parts of testing: white box, black box. There is no guarantee that you will be in black box ever. Means you might be starting your career in black box. You might go to white box tomorrow. Your same company might change QTP to some other Selenium or something tomorrow. Your company, you might go to another company which might be using Selenium tomorrow or Java tomorrow. You might be asked to do white box testing. Same company, different company, I do not know. But world is moving. You have to know what is there in testing. Doesn't hurt. Learning doesn't hurt. It's always good. You have to do that continuous process, because things change. In software development, nothing is constant. You know that. What was the tool before QTP by Mercury tools? Mercury? Windrunner. Is that Windrunner there now? It is one of the famous tools. If you get Windrunner, if you know Windrunner, you get a 50K job at one point of time. If you are in Hyderabad, I do not know if anyone is from AP. If you are in Hyderabad, if you are in Amirpet, you will learn Windrunner easily for 5,000 bucks. Got it? So that used to be the like, means that all times are different. Yeah. So yes, black box testing only. Yes, QTP is. Come here. I will tell you. Does developer build their code in QTP? Are you seeing the developer's code in QTP? Then how can it be white box? Simple. Yes. I will come there. I will explain that what is white box testing. So before that, so this is also testing. World is like, go, if you really want confidence, go and search in the Craigslist, Selenium, JUnit or something, means QA positions, or go and search whatever the site you are using for jobs, and go and search for QTP and tell me like if you're still interested or not. But once you are interested, I want your complete thing, because you might scare, like until now you might have a conception. I'm taking that completely away. That is the thing I want to make clear in this class only. That's why I invited everyone this class. Okay. Yes, then this white box testing, they just mentioned white box, black box. Okay. Yeah. Coming back to the concept, you are testing before on the website only, right? By QTP you are testing from the website only. Are you seeing the code? Are you seeing the design? Are you seeing anything else? Nothing. Just the product and requirements. You have a requirement document and you have the site. Now you will start testing. You'll use your black box testing techniques and use your knowledge, intuition and other things, and you'll start testing. And the requirements to test it. You'll find bugs and everything. But can you relate anywhere back to the designer code? Do you know? That box is black. That's why it is called black box. Means you are not seeing that box, that complete box of design and development. That's why when it is white, it is clear. You are seeing it, and you get the knowledge of that. From that knowledge, you make test cases. That is white box. Now coming to white box. So you are involved in design. You are involved in coding. Not coding. You are not coding, but you are there to guide them. You are seeing them. You are telling that, okay, this might go wrong. This is not according to the user requirement. This might fail user requirement. So you need to read code. But this is called continuous integration. This is something called continuous integration. Go and search for continuous integration in Craigslist or somewhere in the jobs. Okay, what do you see there? Okay. Continuous integration, Java, JUnit, Selenium and all this kind of stuff. And tell me if you are still interested or not. Okay. Yeah. So now coming to continuous integration. What is continuous integration? Right now, before tester starts his job, after the product is built. Okay. Here I might be teasing testers for black box, but like don't mind me. So what happens is, like, I have my startup company. Think like I'm a startup company. So do I have much money? No. So I generally tend to use open source technologies to build my product and all this stuff, right? So what is the open source development? What is the major platform to build applications? Server is Linux. What is the language framework? Java. So I will use Java because it's open source, right? It's open source. Microsoft I have to purchase, right? Okay, if I am Microsoft partner, I will use Microsoft, but otherwise I will use Java. So I used Java. Now I am making my design and everything. For design requirements, I don't need tools, right? Not very much, but that's okay. I can find open source tools. I built my Java application. So I built a website using JSP technology, J2E JSP technology. Now I finished that. Now I want to do testing, right? I want to do testing. So throughout this process, is the tester involved before? No. I hired like guys who know Java, and we will build this application and we will host it. Now I will hire a tester. Yes, I will hire a tester or a testing team. They will come to me and they say that, okay, we will want a automation tool, right? Is there any free automation tool? Huh? Selenium is there, but they should know Java. But before world, right? Before world, there is any free automation tool? How to purchase QTP? How costly is QTP? It's very costly, very costly. Okay, now I will purchase QTP. And what is the language the tester is scripting in? VB script. Is this anything related to my Java? Nothing. So I need a tester who needs to have a VB script knowledge. If he leaves the company, I have to hire another guy who knows the VB script knowledge. So I am maintaining two different knowledges in my company. Why should I? Is there any need? Only because I purchased QTP. Am I right? Only because I purchased QTP. So one thing. I'm not, again, I like QTP very much. Okay? Again, I like QTP very much. So, yeah. So I have to hire people who know VB script. Can I build my application in VB script? No, you know that. I cannot build my application in VB, but I need the key. So I have source, means my source. What is that? My source means how my developers built that. It's in Java. Now I have this in VB script. I need to have tools to save this. Means you might say that I need quality center. We will save all those things there. We'll make tasks and other stuff. Okay, I will buy quality center too. Okay, yes. Alright, okay, I will buy quality center too. Now I have quality center and all this environment, but this is complete different code, this is complete different code. Now in your QTP, you some point of time you need to make scripting libraries, script functions. You know what is that? For example, in QTP, you are using web tours, you are testing web tours, newtools.demo.com. That is pointing to a database, right? Somewhere you need to do parameterization, right? You need to connect it to database and get the data, and for example, you want to run for all the users. You want to run my script, you have a script, you want to run all the script, all the users are in the database, right? My users. You want to take all the users and run a itinerary for them. You have to connect to the database, right? How will you connect to database in QTP? ADO object, or you will use data table. On the data table, right click, import or anywhere, anything or the other thing, but that is compile time. Generally people will write a script. VB script, they will write a VB script function library, and there is a function library. You can create functions and make a function library, and in that function you will write a script, VB script, which uses ADO object to connect to databases and return you data set. Means you can, in the VB script also you can create a data table, right? Data table, global table. Yeah, you can. Means in the script you can write it. You don't have to use it from the box only. You don't have to do it everything from the UI only. You can write it from the VB script directly in the code view. You can create data table is equal to this one, dim DAT as data table, and something like that. Means, but you know idea. I don't need complete perfection. Idea. Okay. So then you have this table, so you will write it one place to connect to database because you don't want to write in every step, every action, right? So you will put it in one function and you call that function from every action. That is function library. So now you are creating functions to talk to my database, get data from databases and everything. But that is already done by developers, right? For the application, you are duplicating code, right? You are duplicating all these things, right? Why should we do that? And you are wasting time for this, right? I mean, I don't say wasting time or anything, but you are really redoing everything already developers have done. You are not using because that is in Java. You are only saying that I cannot use that because that is in Java. I want something in VB script. So redoing tools, different knowledge and stuff. And again, you will say we are saying that I will test at the end of command. Give me an application and I will test it. Means developer. Yes. I'm not saying about yeah. You can see Java code, development code, middle tier code, not that one. Yes. Yes, I will explain that. No. They will use that Java code. In QTP also you can use Java code actually. You can run that Java code. You can call Java codes. Yes, you can do that. Not export with. There is like you can call Java, you can call C functions, everything in QTP. But again, that is also a river code. Means I didn't mention that, but you can call Java object. But you can call a jar file. You can call anything, any executable can be called. Yes, you can do that. C programs, anything can be called in. It's VB script finally. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Ruthvi, tell me, what is your question?
Can you please repeat what, I mean, whenever someone in the class asks, can I request you to repeat the question? Because we
Alright, no problem.
Be on the phone.
Yes, okay, no problem. Alright. So the question here is like, so in white box, do you use Java? Or do you see the Java code? Yes, 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 true. And you have to wait until I come to that concept, okay? I'm still telling the disadvantage of black box. Then I will show the advantages of white box. Yeah? See? And I still like QTP. Okay? Again and again, I still like QTP. I taught QTP also at one point of time. Okay? Yeah. So, now, you see, I have to buy tools, I have to maintain them, I have to maintain a different knowledge, I have to buy source control tools to maintain that, so that source is different, this source is different. We are rewriting again things which are already written and all this kind of stuff. Not only that, and for example, my company think like I am not a good, means I am doing the requirements for my company. I started a company, I am not doing my requirements well. And my customers asked for something, I didn't make my requirements well, but I hired my testers. They should guide me, right? They should guide me. But they are now saying that they will only test after the web application is built. And when the web application is built, you said that this is not useful at all. Come on, I wasted this much money and this many. Why shouldn't have you guide me? Because you didn't build the application. This is not the way. Somewhere we are missing the path. So, integration, continuous integration means you will test from the code. You will test from the inception only, everything from the design only. You are there to integrate with my team. Okay? We are all one team, software development. It's not tester, it's not developer. They might have different duties. Finally, we are there to support one product, one application. Now, that's what is white box. Now think like, I'm writing a Java code. Think like I went in and I said that finally, I have a, I think like I will show you some Java code. Please don't be scared about this. Okay. Yeah. Now think like we are writing a software for Bank of America. So we will be writing a software for Bank of America. So they asked us to create like online portal or something for their customers. So they can deposit money and withdraw money, right? People can withdraw money. So now developer went in and writing this code. So don't be scared. Please don't be scared. Okay. I'm requesting you and everything. Yeah. I see this withdraw. See, there is English in that. Do you see English in that? What do you see from there? This only these few lines. Do you see anything? Does it look like English or not? What is that? What is the function about? Withdrawing. Forget about public or anything. Tell me the business in that. What is the business written? What is the business logic? If the account balance minus amount is less than 10, give something, do something, exception or something. Otherwise, account balance is equal to account balance minus amount. What is account balance minus amount means? You are withdrawing. So that is withdraw function, right? So if you are subtracting an amount, so you are passing, someone is passing an amount right here. Someone is passing how much I want to withdraw, right? How much I want to withdraw, right? So then he is saying that if once you withdraw, if the balance falls less than 10, don't withdraw. Means minimum balance, right? Minimum balance. Otherwise withdraw. Got it? So this sounds like easy. This looks good. I do not know. Anyone? Means understood, there is logic in that. So finally, even though you tomorrow Bank of America built a web application, Bank of America built a web service, Bank of America built a desktop application, Bank of America had a partnership with iPhones and all this, whatever, Google, wherever you do that. Withdraw is calling this function only, right? Only this function, right? Is it calling different withdraw functions? If you test it here, will it go wrong every way? If you test it here, do you have to test it again from there and no? So test it here first. So that is, so once this guy writes this code, you can see the code there. What is the logic there? You know the logic, you can make test cases, right? And you have also requirements document to withdraw. You can tell that, okay, this is not fitting in the requirement or not by seeing here, right? Because if they think like this guy didn't wrote this logic. If the withdrawal element, like once you withdraw, if the account balance becomes 10, less than 10, you shouldn't withdraw. If the developer forget that, you can tell them that part is not there. You're guiding him to code that. He coded that now. Got it? That comes from requirements. Developer never sees requirement. It's your Bible, not his Bible. Am I right? Yeah. So you have to track. Now you do unit testing. So now you are doing unit testing. So let's think like you are doing unit testing. So JUnit comes into picture. So you are reading code or you writing code? Did you write this or did you read this? You understood it. But for that you need to know Java, right? Okay. Little. Not complex, but little. How much you can make it? How much you can? Means this program is simple, but if there is a complex Java program, so you need to understand some Java. So you need to know core Java. Got it? And one more thing, it's not Java, it's language. One language. If you know one language, I bet you, if you know the one language, VB script, C#, C++, C, tomorrow Perl, PHP, Python, Ruby, whatever crap it is, you'll understand it. Same thing, same construct, small changes. Finally language has to do same thing. It's memory, it's a management and all this kind of stuff. So one language. We are learning language here. But I'm using Java doesn't mean that Java is the only language. So tomorrow your company might use something else. In VB script there is an object. Do you know what an object is right now? Do you know what is an object in VB script right now? Right now, anyone? Anyone here? But do you know? Does my last batch know what is the object in VB script? It's the same reference type. This. So if you know one language, you will know others. Simple. You need to put it to implementation. That is all. So one language. What makes a language? How people write programs? What makes fundamentals? What is a good program? What is not a good program? What are the concepts in the programs? What are exceptions? What are logic? What is if else? What is for loop? What are arrays? What are strings? What are objects? What is polymorphism? What is inheritance? What is a collection? These things make a. So in the email I already mentioned all these concepts. So these concepts make core Java. So now you need core Java to read code and understand code. Agreed? Okay, don't be scared. Yes, you will test it, but remember, you don't have to do exhaustive functional testing. You will test it again. I am not saying that, but you don't. You can directly go to UAT. You can directly go to UAT. You don't have to that cycle of 2-3 months in between functional testing. You can do it, but you already automated. That's what I am coming there. I will come there. There is Selenium picture here. You are forgetting that. So now you write this. So you write a program, but you can test it. I cannot say that I tested by like this, right? I need to write a program. I will write a small Java program to test this. Means if there is a program, I can call this program, right? And pass some inputs. It will give me output, right? So I have to do a small program that is called JUnit program. Small program. I will be teaching that today. You are welcome to stay here. So that is JUnit. So I have to learn Java and JUnit now. Now think like I did that. But now Sudha said that finally anyway you test it at you test it at code. You have to test it at UI. Even though it is iPhone, any other smartphone, any other web or anything, you have to test it. That's what you said, right, Sudha? Yes, we have to test it. Yes, but we can use still the same programs, right? How? Let's do Selenium. That is where Selenium comes. And remember, sometimes performance comes before that. Let me include one thing. What is performance testing? Anyone? What is performance testing? What is unit testing? What is stress testing? What is volume testing? Benchmark for what? Load testing. Performance testing is a bigger group of everything. There are two scenarios. In load runner, there is one thing, number of users. There is goal-oriented scenario. What is goal-oriented scenario? Can anyone tell me what is goal-oriented scenario in thing? Target to fail. Target to achieve this goal. There are two perspectives of performance. Number of users. Am I supporting this one? Number of users. How much stress I can support? Stress. You don't require what are the stress requirements, but you put that stress, this much stress. This is my breaking point. There will be a breaking point for everything. This is my breaking point, but that should be greater than what is defined in your requirements. That should be greater than. I will support 10,000 users at a time. That is your requirement, right? But you should make a stress test to say that you supported 15,000 or something too. That is my breaking point. My system fails at 20,000. My system fails at 30,000. Performance, load, throughput per second. Throughput. How many responses I give to you per second? How many responses I handle you? Throughput. Okay. So there are many things. Remember, that is system performance. Performance, there are two things performance. One is system performance, because how much load my server can handle, how much server requirements, it comes from what is the setup of you, what is the setup of your application. But sometimes programs can be slow, right? If the developer didn't write it well, program can be slow. Program can unnecessarily, if it's creating memory, if it's not deleting memory, program can be slow. So memory testing, there are two things. Memory profiling. Once you read a Java program, you can say memory profiling, and then there is something called performance testing at a program level, not the system level. That you can do with JUnit only. That you can do with JUnit only. Yes, you can do it. You will do it with JUnit. Memory profiling means, for example, you will see how many objects are created. You look at the memory. You will look at the memory, how many objects are creating, how much it is filling up, and how much. There are tools for that. JProbe, JConsole, and all this stuff. Okay. Yes, that you are looking at the heap memory where garbage collection runs. Garbage collection sometimes can fail because if the programmer does mistakes. So that is what you are looking for. Okay. Yeah. There are tools like JProbe. Okay, but that is not open source. That is paid tool. That's why I don't like it. Yeah. JConsole is also there. Read about this. You don't have to really know it. You don't have to practice it, but read about that. So you can talk about them. Okay. And here I will be teaching a unit testing framework called JUnit Perf. JUnit Perf. Performance testing at unit testing level. If you tell that, means no one uses that. If you have a JUnit interview and if you said that you used it, if you don't get the job, tell me. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yes, and one more thing. If you are here to do white box testing, if you are here to willing to do that, I am here to support you until you get job. But once job, no help. You have to work hard. You have to means okay. There will be guidance, but no help. Guidance. I'll tell that do this way, but not show this. I won't show you that way. Yeah. Okay. If you are like I will help you. I will definitely help you. And even though I didn't do many batches here, I did many batches in some other company. And many of my students are placed in white box and they have been working. Some are doing still black box, means that is the job requirement, but they know white box. I can confidently say that they are good at white box. Okay. Yeah. And some are really at good companies like from Yahoo to everywhere. Yeah. But I'm still working at the same old company. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So performance testing at the unit level. Alright. And memory profiling and JUnit and core Java. Alright. Then you are saying that I want to do unit UI testing at the same stop. Then there is a tool called Selenium. Selenium in QTP, how do you write your scripts? How do you, what language you write script? In Selenium, you can write it in any language. So if my development takes place in Java, how will I write my script? Java only, because I can use the same developer methods. I can connect to data, means I can use all my developer functions in Java, right? Means I'm in the same language. I'm in the same framework. One knowledge. So how many knowledges my company require? Does I require like one QTP guy, one Java guy, one guy, Java. That's it. One knowledge, Java. Reuse the code. Don't duplicate code. Don't build again and again what you have already. One knowledge, one base, one source. You write code, that JUnit code, small code to test your, and you check that in the same place. Am I right? In the same place where developers checked in, developers write this withdraw code. Now you have withdraw test code. You will check it in the same place. You will put it in the same place. Now you will have your Selenium functional testing to run it on the UI. Same thing. That is also in Java. You will check it in the same place. Now done. Okay. Selenium functional testing. So this is functional testing. Right? Functional testing. Agreed? Agreed? Now, then there is one more tool we will learn, JMeter performance testing. This is system performance. That is unit performance. That is program performance. This is system server performance. Okay, JMeter. This is open source. So I will teach that there is no coding in that. No coding. Okay, you are saved. Okay, open source. JMeter. Alright, done. Now think like, when I write everything, so how do you build an application? Think like what is building? I already told you. Compiling, making executables and hosting on the server. What are the tools I use? And Maven. What does they compile? What code? What code? What language code? Java code. So they will compile my developer's code. But did I write some other code too? No. Did my tester write something? What is that? What did I write code? I already told you. I also wrote some code. JUnit code. Did I write something else too? Selenium functional code. So can I put that in Ant build only? It will build that also, right? What is building? When it is building a Java program, it is building the executable. Then building a JUnit program means it is testing that program. When it is building a Selenium program means it is running that program on the web application. So by the time my site goes to server, it is tested. Got it? Continuous integration. Do you see that? It's not once you host it, I will test it. Let's put it there only. Got it? Do you see that? Why I am writing in Java? It is testing my JUnit. Whenever so, remember a developer makes a small change of code. It runs JUnit code automatically. He changed withdrawal logic. But test cases won't change, right? Same test cases. So when developer changed the code and checked in, you have to build it again, right? So when you build it again, it builds that, it runs the test, it runs the Selenium test. So are you doing anything? Test or doing anything? He wrote all this already. So any change, test is automatic. Automatic testing. That is not automatic testing. This is automatic testing. Continuous integration. Got it? See, now developer say, first time, in the first release, now I am building the fresh Bank of America site. Think like this logic is not there. This logic is there. I build this one. Did my tester write JUnit program for this? I wrote JUnit program. I wrote functional testing program for this Selenium. I wrote it. I have these programs everywhere. Now developer in the version 2. Now we are in version 2. Everything went fine in version 2. Version 2, if there is a bug or something, he wants to add something. He added something. He changed the program. But the withdraw test cases are already there and they are written in JUnit. They are written in JUnit, Selenium, functional testing and everything. He fixed a small bug. But I didn't change anything there. Right? I didn't, test cases are same and everything. So when you change the code, what you have to do? You have to build it again. When they build it again, will it run my JUnit test cases again? Yeah, it will run my Selenium test cases again. So is the tester doing anything there? Regression testing, is he participating in the regression testing? He is participating without his knowledge. Automated. Means think like there is some other enhancement or something. Think like something changed. Means I don't have the perfect example here. But other things won't change, right? Other logic, this less than 10 logic and everything else. Withdraw, all other cases are same, right? You will add new case or anything, that's it. So same automatic testing. Is that possible in somewhere else? See, when you do automation, that means regression. You do automation of testing, only it's white box or black box. When you do automation of testing, why do you put it in script? Because you might run it again. When do you run it again? When there is regression. Right? If you think like, okay, one time go with scrap the project, why do you need regression? Why do you want to waste time? That's it. Sometimes, if it is bug fixing, that won't be, because your test case is perfect. The code is not perfect. Test case found a bug, but test case won't change. If it is an enhancement, they are putting some other enhancement here. Okay, withdraw, now they changed it to 25. Maybe that way you have to change your case. Yes. Sometimes, sometimes not. That's why you are with the developer. You are not away from the developer. And don't fight with the developer. Yes. Yeah, you are just helping the developer do little more, like you are learning the knowledge of white box to help him to drive the company in right direction, to drive the product in right direction. What is the bug is? How is the bug is? You know what is the bug is? See, yes, you tell me if there is a bug or not, but you are telling that there is a bug here. You are pointing right to the point. There you don't know which point it occurred. Yes, you are right. You are curing the right point. There you are just working around. You are moving around and bush, like working around the bush or something, beating around the bush to find bugs. Yes, you are just right to the point and finding the spot where it needs to be fixed. Yes, developers also do unit testing, but developers will never think user's perspective. Why? Because when I write a program, actually I'm a developer. Yeah, I'm a developer. Why means a developer writes a program thinking that he should write a good program that can be reused in many projects, that can be reused in many places. This withdraw or something, I can reuse it in many places. Withdrawing of some stock account or anything. It's not for this thing. It's for writing good code. Got it? You are there to tell that give me what I want, what the user wants. Right? You already went into virtual world with draw. Exception handling. Should I handle here? Should I handle there? Should I handle? I don't know. It's all the design. And once it gets to the developer plate, all that world has evaporated. That's it. It's just one program. You are making sure the program is in the. So that's why still some companies only developers do unit testing. Still some companies are now asking testers to know the JUnit, because even though developers start the JUnit, they will enhance it. They will put more cases and stuff like that. So I do not know how exactly you will be working tomorrow if you work in white box, but these are some things you will work. Okay. Got it? Any questions now? Are you still interested in white box? Yes. Okay. All right. And really, one thing I want to say, first 5-6 classes or 7-8 classes will be core Java. You might get disappointed, you might get lost track or something. But I can only teach testing after teaching Java. That is, I have shown you like why I have to teach Java now, because otherwise this all won't make sense. Right? Yeah. But still Java is Java. Programming is programming. People have that aversion to programming. Right? I studied computer science bachelor's and I studied computer science master's too. Still I hated programming at one point, like even after 4 or 5 years of education also. That is there. That is common thing. That is not thing. But if you are ready to participate, I am ready to help. Agreed. Agreed. So coming to the documentation, the question is, okay, this process is good. Like I wrote Java, then developer wrote JUnit, I wrote JUnit, then we found a bug. How will you document it? Same as before. But there are some tools which can help. Bugzilla, Jira can integrate with JUnit, and now you can take that error and paste it there. And actually there are APIs for Java, there are APIs for Jira and Bugzilla. You can write a code to create a task there. If the JUnit fails, you can write a code to create a task there. But that you don't have to go that deep. But what I'm telling is like, but means most open source companies use these two things, not quality center. Jira, you know Jira, right? Jira is like a quality center. Jira and Bugzilla. Bugzilla is only bug tracking tool. It's not project management tool. Like quality center is a project management tool. We don't need project management tool now because we are doing everything else in Java. We need bugs and fixes. Am I right? That's why Bugzilla. Got it? Jira is there. Jira is also there. Jira is a project management tool. So we will use that one like that. So we will use these tools and do that. Both are open source. Got it? Here I will be teaching only open source. Free. It's free. Free comes with a price to learn more. No easy, no UI. Means nothing is very easy. Drag and drop or do this okay, click and go and click there and something like that. But learn it. Yeah, no customer support too. Yes. But the code is with you. You can change it if you want. Yeah. So now this is one thing. What else I will be teaching here? And remember again I am asking you. First 8 classes or 7 classes, it's complete core Java. You have to survive that. I don't expect you to become a Java professional by end of it. At least making some Java sense. Okay, when I talk something, okay, yeah, this I know. Yeah, something like that. It takes years. Then like it takes you need to see code in companies and all this stuff to get more knowledge and applying concepts and all this stuff. Okay, so I don't expect, but this will help you somewhere because any language it's same. Tomorrow, so that's why I'm asking. Make a estimate like how many white box jobs are there. Is really means do you see the necessity to learn white box? But once you are here, that's it. Okay, you can go back anytime, but I will be teaching Java only. Okay, yeah, I will be teaching Java only, I will be teaching JUnit only, I will be teaching Selenium only. So once this is done, then there is something called web services. This is done, white box is this one. Okay, there are many other things, coverage, code coverage and everything. There are many tools. I don't have to teach them right here. Once you have this, you can take it from there. Means I'm not giving everything, you will take it from there. Okay, what is other things and other things? I'm giving the start. We'll take it from there. It depends on the company, experience, tools and all this stuff. And then next thing, web services. Nowadays, there are two things I want to tell. What is, does anyone hear that software as a service? SaaS. What is that? Tell me. Anyone? Cloud computing is more to that. Yeah, but agreed. Yeah, you're that is really advancement. Hold on. Actually, can everyone hear me? Gary? Yeah. All right. Yes. Okay. Perfect. No problem. Thank you. What is software as a service? Anyone online? Google Docs. Yes. So what was it before? So Google Docs made software as a service. What was it before software? Say it again. No. OLAP is different. Analytical, that is different. That is databases. Yes. Yes. Agreed. So agreed. Okay. Agreed. No problem. I got it. Everyone got it. I got it. No problem. If I go to BART, am I using its service or something? BART is a service. I cannot bring the BART train to my home. But I can bring a TV to my home. It's my product. I purchased that product. Service, you take the service. You pay for it. You finish the service. Product, you buy it one time, done. You got it. You can't. Yeah, it's like, for example, if you go and buy a Windows CD, Windows Office CD now, you got it. It is there for your lifetime as long as you can maintain that CD, right? But service, Google Docs, it's not giving you the software. Use it, done. It might tomorrow ask like pay 10 bucks. It can put the 10 bucks. And if you don't pay the 10 bucks, you can't use it. Tomorrow it will increase the fee to 30 bucks. Tomorrow it can make it 10,000 bucks. You don't know. Software as a service. TurboTax, if you bring a software, you can run it and use it as long as it is there. But if you go to online, done. One time payment, done. $10, finished. You cannot do other one. That is the difference between software as a service. So how do we do software as a service? What is the main way? Software as a service is cloud computing. Web, yes. Web application, yes. Go to meeting is a web application. Software, I'm using its service. It's web. Web is the technology for using software as a service. So web application, is there anything else? So you know web application. What is a web application? Internet, how? From what? I need internet. From what is that one I using it to open that web application? Browser. Web applications can be shown on the browser. Without browser, can I see it? I need at least on my smartphone browser, right? Safari or something. Without that, can I see that? So Safari is a program. Browser is a program which can go to the server and get the HTML and show it to me. Okay, now let's show you something. Okay. Browser, perfect. Okay. I have this Google portal. Is this a web application or not? This web application, right? Here somewhere it is showing me weather. It is showing me this weather. Google is showing me weather, right? Google site is showing me weather. So Google is into weather business now. Is Google creating this weather site, or it is maintaining the weather database or something? Or is it purchasing from someone else? Who could be that? Weather.com. But it is not asking me to go to weather.com, right? How it is showing here only? How it is pulling that data? How it is, see, weather.com wrote this program. Do you know which language weather.com wrote this program? And it is talking to database. There is some database, Oracle or something, or SQL server. See? Okay, I will come there. I will come back. Yeah, no problem. So there is one, you know that this program is written by weather.com and the database is there by weather.com. It won't give the program to Google. Will it give the program, take it and use it and call it? Will it give database or something? It won't, right? It is asking you to call me. I will give you data. To call it, both the programs should be in the same language, right? Can .NET call Java program? No. So then, is there any guarantee that Google and weather.com both wrote their programs in Java only? Tomorrow it might go to some other company. So everyone in the world is writing Java programs only? No, right? They are using similar. Then how did this integration happen? XML, web services. They make a XML call. They get XML. Any framework can understand XML. XML web services. So what is the difference between web application and web service? Even though you are talking through internet only, there is no browser. Program is talking through the internet to another program to give XML, get XML. Got it? XML, before browser is showing what HTML. Now my program is asking HTML and getting HTML. Sorry, XML. So this is called web service. So web application, there is a browser and HTML and all this. But web service is program to program talk using XML. But XML is also web. HTTP, same HTTP and all these things. So all these concepts are taught in XML web service classes. XML, SOAP, WSDL web services. Means testing web services. So now world is integrating, everything is integrating, no one is writing everything. World is integrating through web services. Tomorrow when you write an application, for example, Mercury Tours is a vendor, right? Mercury Tours is a vendor. But he doesn't have a flight carrier. Does he have a flight carrier? Is he maintaining American Airlines or anything? So he has to get the flight information from all other different sources and he has to put it at one part. How will he call? Web services. Web services, how will you get this? So there won't be applications without web services. Got me? You see the need of web services there? So you have to know web services. You have to know not only web application, web services. I will talk them about in web. Through APIs, no. No, forget about APIs now. I don't want to discuss that right now. Web service is a API too. Okay? But how will they host API? No, they wrote a program API, but how will they host it? How will they talk it? XML web service, right? What I'm asking the technology to talk, to get. There is a API program, but how to talk to that API, right? That is XML web service. So you need to know web services. So that is the thing. There is no programming in that. Good thing, but you need to understand XML, right? That is one thing I want to teach. And remember, I want to go a little faster. First few classes I will be slower, but remember there is always recording. Means like I try to, because there if you go on, it will take classes and classes and classes, right? But we want to get some point, finish and go for jobs, and then you can learn too. Okay. Now there is one more thing. Recently one of my student at Canvas went for an interview for JUnit and stuff. But all they asked is the stored procedures, cursors, triggers, packages, functions and all this thing. What are all this? What is a stored procedure? What is a function? Means what is a stored procedure? What is a cursor? What is a trigger? Anything? Yes, database. Yes, database. What are these? What is a stored procedure? A program written on the database side. What is SQL? It's a SQL statement. You execute it, it will run it. If you put your logic to SQL statements, that is stored procedure. PL SQL, yes, coming to PL SQL. So I will be teaching some PLSQL also. If you are interested, means that will be common. Anyone can join. So core white box testing, that core Java and all this is different. Then web services is different, and this PL SQL is different. Okay. Okay. No, that will be different batch. Java is for different batch. You are free to invite it, but I will finish this here. This is common. Stored procedures is common. Okay, the problem here is like I have still my current batch going on, and I have to finish JUnit and JUnit. We finished core Java and web services too. We have to do just few classes. That's why from next week I will take one class for old batch, one class for new batch. But after 2 weeks, only new batch. Got it? And if you promise me that you will come, there is always this thing with white box, because I'm trying to do the third batch here. First batch only 3 people left, second batch 5 people left. I have to see third batch, how many people will be left. There are 12 people online. 11. Yes, 2 already left. Okay. So stored procedures, cursors, triggers for interview. This is not, I won't go deep. For interview purpose, small knowledge I will give you. Yeah, so I will cover some advanced SQL, subqueries, joins. I will go little deeper, and I will talk. And I really want everyone to come the environment setup. If you have laptops, bring laptop, practice it and do it. Otherwise you won't get it. Simple. Okay. And Oracle is there, I believe, here. Java is also there here, most of the machines. All you need to do is download Eclipse, download some SQL developer is there. SQL developer should be there. So work on it. That's it. And XML web services, everything I will show you during the class. Easy. So triggers and all this. So this is what the course contains. Any questions now? This is not. This is complete. This is what I want to teach. Anyone online? Any questions? Actually, there is something else I want to teach too. What is DOM? What is JavaScript? Small thing. JavaScript and jQuery. Small examples of jQuery. If there is a requirement on JavaScript or anything, if you talk about jQuery, means I'm giving you some topics. If you do that, there is no doubt you can like come back from the interview. Like if for example, if there is a requirement of DOM tomorrow, they said DOM, and you said that you worked on jQuery, I did jQuery example, this one and so on. You're right hitting there, that's it spot. It's jQuery, many developers also doesn't know jQuery. It's a simple JavaScript. Okay. But awesome JavaScript. And there is one more thing actually here. CSS, brief knowledge about CSS, cascading style sheets. What are cascading style sheets? This is web styling and everything. On the user web application, how do you do styling? How do you do, for example, Ajax and all this comes from here. Ajaxing and all this comes from here. jQuery. Okay. Nice. For example, here jQuery, maps, go to maps. jQuery is used by maps a lot. See, this is loading. See how this loading happens asynchronously, even though I can do something here. This loading happens here. What happened here? See, by this time I can type, means page is divided into many pieces and stuff. Asynchronous. I will teach all that in that. Means last topics I will just give introduction. One example, 2 example, that's it. What is class, what is ID in CSS, that's it, basic. But remember, if you learn these concepts, this is object-oriented programming. This is software as a service and SOA. Does anyone hear SOA? SOA? Service-oriented architecture. That is this one. Web services and everything. Service-oriented architecture. Okay, and this is RDBMS. Actually, Object Relational Database Management System, ORDBMS, because stored procedures are objects, compiled objects on it. So ORDBMS, SOA, OOP, these concepts, this is web technology actually, W3C technologies, web technologies. If you learn this, from last 20 years, nothing, 20 not 25 years or 30 years, nothing changed. Database remained same. Object-oriented programming remained same. When was Java created? 1995 and 1992 or something, but 1995 is the actual, yeah. So when is RDBMS? When did the code rules came up? When is Ingress database came? 1985 or something, 65 or something, but Real Oracle and all this came. Did anything change from there? It won't change for next 20, 30 years for your lifetime. I can promise you that. All these three technologies. So if you learn these technologies, they will be there. They won't change. Tools change. Concepts won't change. Got it? They will be there for your lifetime. I promise you. Okay. Tools will change, definitely. Instead of Selenium, something might come up tomorrow. Something might come up and do it something very easily more. But these technologies won't change. Definitely. Yeah, tell me like how many of you are interested now? You are in. Okay, but so no going back. All right. So anyone online, do you have any questions? Anyone online? Can you guys hear me? Any new batch student? Can you talk something on SOA? SOA architecture. Remember, SOA means service oriented architecture. Before, even in my company, think like now Google is calling weather.com. Weather.com is the service and this is the consumer. So he is paying for it, he is getting it. So when he is making the call, they are checking that, okay, did he make the payment for this month? And they are making that and they are giving the service back. If he didn't make the payment, cut. No, then this will be disabled, right? So service oriented. One is service, one is consumer. That doesn't have to be between companies. There can be in simple one company also. Tomorrow, let's say that I'm working for a Citigroup company. Citigroup has so many things, right? Loans, mortgage, bank accounts and all these things. For everything we need to do credit check, right? Credit check is common piece, right? Right? You can put one application for credit check. If you give SSN, it will give the credit score, right? That is one application. It is central application, that is service. You put it there and you expose a web service over it. All other application, bank application, mortgage application, other home loan means mortgage loans, other stocks and all this can use that one, right? These are all consumers, that is service. But these are all one application only, my Citigroup application. This is called distributed application, but they are using what architecture? Service oriented architecture, because one service is giving service to all other consumers. When you do this kind of development and architecture in companies, that is called service oriented architecture. Yeah. All right. Any other question? Anyone? Let's take a break then. And one more thing before taking the break, I want to mention one thing. I have my old batch here, so I will be doing JUnit today. You are free to be have listened to the class, but you might feel it complex, you might feel it easy. I do not know right now, because I will know about you more when I do classes with you only, right? You are free to listen that and see what is JUnit. I am starting JUnit today, so that is not a problem. But if not, then we'll do our class from Sunday. Yeah, 1 o'clock. But before that, any questions or anything? 1 o'clock, Sunday 1 o'clock. And timing or anything? Yes, I will do collections too, but that is during Selenium. 1 to 4, 3 hours. But yeah, if you want more. On Sunday, this is for new batch I'm talking. Yes, that is for Saturday. Old batch will have Saturday and morning and Saturday. On Saturday, yes, no problem. All right. So tell me about the new batch Sundays. New batches from Sundays. 1 p.m. Is it okay? Okay, any questions before, like you want to ask me any questions? Nothing? Shama has a question. Yes, Mittal.
Yes, like I will be continuing the old batch for JUnit. So
Okay.
do I have to come on Saturday for it, or you will be
No,
continuing
actually
it
I will
on
be
Sunday?
continuing it now. I will be continuing it now for JUnit, and I will do on Saturday Selenium. You can come both days. Again, I am telling that you can come and listen to that, but you don't have the Java. Something is missing there, so you can't understand everything. But I will be starting from Sunday, everything new. Okay.
Like I have some like some experience with C++ programming, so
Yes. So then it's very helpful. Then please be
yeah.
online. Okay.
Yeah, so Saturday it will be again 1 to 4 or in the
No,
morning?
Saturday it will be 10 to 1 o'clock. Saturday
Okay.
10 to 1, Sunday 1 to 4. Sunday is new batch, Saturday is old batch. And old batch will only continue for after this class 2 more classes. That's it. And after that we will do 2 classes for new batch. Again they are free to welcome here too. Because stored procedures and everything are there, I know that. Yeah. Any other
Okay.
questions? No questions. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Any question? Yes, Shama. Yes, Shama. You can speak out.
About Ant and
Mavan?
Maven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did not have a development environment or something.
Yes, you don't need actually. You want to talk to in interviews. I don't want to try to teach everything here. Remember,
Okay.
like Ant, if I do how to build another thing, tomorrow your system administrator might be doing that. Leader might be doing that. That is not your job really.
Okay, just knowing about it should be
Yes, yeah,
enough
they
to
will
do.
ask you, did you work on continuous integration? Yes, I worked on continuous integration. They used to run my JUnit scripts. They used to use this tool, Hudson, cruise control. You will say all this. I will explain them. They used Hudson, cruise control using Ant. That's it. Done. End of day.
Okay.
Yeah. Means they don't expect you to do it. They expect you to work in that environment. Right? Got it? Alright, perfect. So if there is no doubt, then let's take a break of 15 minutes and come back and we'll do JUnit. Alright guys. Yeah. Yes, new batch can continue here and stay here and no problem. Yeah? Or they can go home. Yes. This is the introduction. Some you might understand, you might not. So for example, like it's like withdraw method there. It's like withdraw method. I shown right. It's like withdraw method. I will be testing that method now. Yes, you have to yeah, you can anytime, no problem. I don't mind at all. Yeah. Okay, let's take a break and for 15 minutes and we'll come back. Okay. Let's come back at 2:50. Bye. So what is JUnit? By this time you should have known what is JUnit. Right? Do you see this book here? Pragmatic Unit Testing in Java with JUnit. Everyone should read this book. This is a very good book. And if you read this book, you should go to a JUnit interview only after reading this book. Okay, that's it. I have kept it under Java, JUnit and the folder, Java JUnit folder. You get all the material like here. Okay. Now let's go and see what is JUnit. Developers should write unit test cases to ensure that their code works fine. However, it would be time consuming. It is very time consuming. Test driven development tells that you should write your unit test before writing the program. How will we do that? Okay, let's see. JUnit provides fast, convenient and standard framework to provide that. Okay. There are other frameworks too. JUnit has two versions, JUnit 3, JUnit 4. And whenever you go to an interview, you should always tell that you only did JUnit 3, not JUnit 4. Even though JUnit 4 is there, still many people use JUnit 3. Okay. JUnit is a simple Java testing framework to write test for your Java application. What are the other famous? TestNG. It is a very famous one too. But if you know, one of them is fine. They don't ask all of them. Okay. TestNG. Yes. It's there for everything. Like JUnit, I will tell you this one. There is a guy called Kent Black, I believe. Hold on. Kent Black, I believe. He created this framework which is called XUnit. Actually, this guy worked on what is this guy named? Kent Black, Kent Beck. This guy was working on Smalltalk and he created SUnit. So then he thought like let's make common this one. So he called this one XUnit. This is nothing but XUnit. Means it's for common for all the languages. Means he will write a code for each own language. In Java it is called JUnit. In .NET it is called NUnit. In PHP it is called PHP unit. In C++ it is called CPP unit. In Smalltalk it is called SUnit. So it's common for all the languages. But you write in that language, but the methods and names are same. Everything will be same. Yes, Kent Beck. Perfect. Very good, Gary. Alright. So how do you install a JUnit framework? It's a small framework. Let's see how it will be. So go to, generally you will say go to google.com and say everything is open source. What is today? Is today something? JUnit download. See? It will ask the JUnit.org and you'll go here. Generally, go here. It is asking you to download this, but see, this is 4.8.2 and JUnit releases. Let's see. See Kent Beck. There is 4.9 right now. See, there is 4.9 and 4.8. See, there are so many versions. Okay, 4.8 and 4.6. But you can also download JUnit 3 also. Okay, you can say that JUnit 3 download. Okay. See 3.8.1. Okay. But what is the nice thing about is like if you have Eclipse. Eclipse is a tool, IDE, to write Java programs. IDE, do you know IDE? What IDE mean? Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment. Means it creates a nice environment to write programs easily. QTP is IDE. Visual Studio is IDE. Right? Selenium is not an IDE. Selenium, there is a Selenium IDE, that is different. Yes, agreed. Selenium IDE. Yes. Okay. So, JUnit is a framework which automatically comes with Eclipse. If you have Eclipse, you already got Eclipse. How do I know that? For example, let's write, this is my package, right? com.st.sit.banking. Let me write now different package. Put all your unit tests in one package. Means all your see, development should be different from testing, right? All the development classes are in one package. Testing package should put it in another package. So let's create a package and say that com.st.unit testing. You might be lost here. That's okay. Unit testing means I'm putting a new package so that I will create my unit testing classes here. So yes, when you compile them, there will be a jar file. See, attach. Yes, that is there. External jar file. JUnit is a framework. You need the framework. You didn't have it right now, right? Integrated with the Eclipse, but still you have to attach it to the project. Means did you tell that you are going to use JUnit in this project? No. You said that this is a Java program only. This is right now Java only. But you have to tell that I am going to use JUnit classes. How do you do that? In Eclipse, always to add jars, either it is internal or external. There is something is you have to go to build path, configure build path. See, configure build path, configure build path. See now libraries, everything jar is a library. Jar means it's a library of classes. So it is external jars. See, do you see add external jars? So if you download JUnit from outside, point to where the jar is and go and select it. But did I download it from outside? No, Eclipse already has it. Eclipse already. So that's why you will say that add a library. See JUnit. These are the libraries which gave by Eclipse. These are the libraries automatically given by Eclipse. But I will download it if you want. I will download it and do it. Which way you want? Directly using JUnit? No. You can download JUnit from outside if you are not using Eclipse. Means most IDEs have JUnit by default. If it is Visual Studio, they will have NUnit. Yes. Open source. Kent Beck. That's what I told. Kent Beck wrote this code. It is open source. JUnit.org. It's common for all the languages. SUnit, it's NUnit, PHP unit, same thing. Everything comes from one thing. Yes. You need to do unit testing. I said that JUnit is a framework to do the unit testing. Means you use that programs to do unit testing. See, in QTP, you call so many methods, right? Like wait, sync, and what else is there? Some other methods. Who wrote that methods? Who wrote that method? They're already there in QTP. So QTP wrote it. So right now JUnit wrote it. To do testing, JUnit wrote it. Who defined an action in QTP? What is an action? When you say that new script is an action, who defined an action? What is an action? Did you define it? Did you write the program that this will be an action? Who defined that? QTP. Similarly, we do here in open source, not everything is one part. You have to take everything from here and there and integrate it. So unit testing is a framework. This Kent Beck wrote a set of programs to use to do testing, normal testing. So you have to call the programs into your program. Okay. So now let's see what are the programs he has given. Selenium is a framework which is built over JUnit. Selenium uses JUnit, but it is extended JUnit to functional testing.
Selenium also has a JUnit.
Yes, inside it, JUnit. To run Selenium, you need JUnit.
But Selenium is not an IDE. Eclipse is an IDE.
Selenium program, Selenium RC is not an IDE. Selenium IDE is different.
That's what I'm saying. Selenium IDE is different.
Selenium RC is the one which uses JUnit.
But then don't you think it's a conflict like Eclipse also has Eclipse is an IDE, and it also has a JUnit as a framework, and Selenium which is not an IDE.
Eclipse is a framework to write Java programs. Right? Eclipse is an IDE to write Java programs. And you can do unit testing inside that. You will framework here does, and it is using JUnit framework. You can write PHP programs in Eclipse. You can use Gent framework and other things. Selenium IDE is a small tiny framework on the browser, Firefox browser, to run and record scripts. But when you export them Java, you have to take it here. To run Selenium Java programs, you need Selenium jar, you need JUnit framework, and you need to run using Java. Make sense? Selenium IDE is a small framework which runs on the Firefox browser. That has nothing to do with Eclipse. Okay, I will get there. Now here I have this package. I have to use JUnit. JUnit is a program given by Kent Beck. Okay, let's import that program. To import that program, see, one can use other programs, right? Right? To import that program, I will use that configure build path and go to library and this add external, add library, and I will say JUnit, and it is asking me which version, JUnit 3 or JUnit 4. I will say JUnit 3 right now. Okay, done. It's a style, means concept is same, style, how do you write it is different. Style is annotations and all these are different. The difference, I'll go through the difference between JUnit 3 and JUnit 4. Yes. Yes, if you have JUnit 3 downloaded, then go for external jar. Yes, very first time only you will do that. See, build path. You don't have to do add library again. Add external jar, go and select that jar and find open. That's it. Automatically added to project. No, project. Always, all these libraries are added per project. Every project has this C. Every project has JRE, my Java runtime libraries, and JUnit. I added, when you add a library, it gets added to the project, not the package. So all the packages in the project get that library. You are adding per project. Got it? So now let's see. Now, think like our developer is writing a new class today. Okay, developer will write a new class today. Let's do that. And he is writing a class called largest. Okay, let me do one thing. He wrote a largest program. Means developer is writing. Did I go through this already? No. Okay. He wrote this program largest, and inside this he wrote a static function, static method function, largest. Right? Don't ask me about static now. Okay. And tell me, like everyone in the world wise, tell me what it is doing. Tell me, explain me the logic. What it is doing. Tell me. Anyone can try it. What is the logic there? Developer wrote this program. What is he there? It is a static method. So do we need to create an object of that to call this? No, direct class name largest dot largest, right? Okay, next thing. Tell me the logic. No. In the array, what is the array type? So we give integer array and it will give us the largest element in that array. Am I right? Okay, so how it is doing the logic? Read the logic too. So you understood what it does, everything. Read the logic inside the method now.
It goes
One by one.
and then finds the largest value. Whatever largest value, it takes that into account, and then it is some like when it moves to the next value, it sees whether that value is greater than the previous value. If it is greater than the previous value, it moves cursor to that.
Yes, yeah. D has two variables. One is current. One is the current value in the array. Array, he has to loop array one by one. And he put another value saying that this is largest. Now this is one. He goes through one. If this is greater than this, put there. Otherwise, move it. If this is again next item, if this is greater than then, move it. So he will go through all of them. If something is coming greater than, he will replace that one. So he will get the greatest. Got it? Got it? So that is called max value and one is called index. Index is for looping and max value is the holder to put the maximum value. He will return the max value. Agreed? Means you need two variables, right? What version of JUnit do you have in Eclipse now? JUnit 3. Both versions will be there, JUnit 3 and JUnit 4, but I am using JUnit 3. Yeah. Okay. Now this method is there. I need to do testing. I need to use JUnit to do testing. Tell me how to test this.
Like in the jar file, we talk about JUnit as a jar file. What is a var file?
Web archive. Java is just Java programs, web archive. HTML, everything, JSP and all this will be there. Web archive. Java archive, web archive. Var file. Perfect. So now coming to think me about cases. You know the functionality now. You know what is the functionality. Come on, you use your tester's cap and tell me what are the test cases. So if you give an array of elements, integers, numbers, think like you are giving 10 numbers or something, any numbers, then you will get the maximum. How to test this program? Means it can be same in the functional, right? You also, they asked you to enter 5 numbers or anything, like put some numbers by comma or space, they will give you the largest. Tell me how will you? Test cases, I want test cases. Anyone, test cases. You can raise your hand if you want to tell me. Test cases.
Instead of integer, we can write a number, another character in the array.
Another number in the array.
Any
Okay.
character instead of integer.
Yes, Shama, go ahead.
I missed like 5 minutes, so I just wanted to say, are you asking about test cases for this particular function?
Yes, perfect. You got it. Yes. Think about it. So one is like you are telling that we can use a string or something instead of integer. So invalid test case. First always start with valid. Agreed? You are all ready to try to break the functionality. Remember, a tester should validate the functionality first, not to break the functionality first. First check if something is supposed to work is working. Then unsupposed that thing means invalid test case is later. First valid. Tell me valid. Give me 4 numbers. It will give you the number. Now then next. Come on, invalid. Come on now. More. Come on, dear tester. Right? 2 equal numbers. Same numbers. Still it should give me the greatest. Yes, agreed. Next one. Good.
Other than integers.
Yes, that is their invalid test. You can't put other than integers because it is asking for integer parameter. You can't give integer. Yes, Mittal. 2 cases. I got one valid, one invalid. Means same numbers. Duplicates. That is duplicates. Yes. Next one. Negative number. Perfect. Third one. See, this is the interview question tomorrow. Tell me the test cases. Come on, think. Mittal, do you have any test case? Negative, yes, perfect. Pass 1 to 4, 8, it should be 8, yes, perfect. Max amount or something, you can test the boundary, max amount. Yes, integer max amount. Pass the max amount of the integer in one done. Yes, perfect. 4 cases. Negatives, order, duplicate, yeah. Next one. Good. If you see the program, you should think that, okay, what are all the cases? Yes, 0. Yes, 0. Yes. Next one. Pass 0, 0. Perfect. Yes, 0 is one case. Done. 6. Next. Come on. No, it's integer. You can't give decimal. It is asking for integer only. No array. Empty array. Empty array. No array at all. Empty. Only one element. No, so it's null. It's null. It's null. The length is 0, but it's null. Means you cannot use array of 0 or anything like that. It will fail. Integer or null pointer exception. Remember null pointer exception I did? Null array is nothing is there. This is not pointing to a box at all. There is no box at all. And one element. Try 0 element. One element. Many elements. Okay. Element with max integer, like Amit said, negative numbers and zeros, duplicates. If put 2, 10, 10 means it should give one of the 10. It shouldn't get confused. Ordering, use ordering, like give 0, 1, 2, 2, 1, 0. It should give the same 2. Ordering. Okay, let's do the test cases now. So these are the cases. Now you write it in the document. Now you have to put it in the program. Let's write a program for this. Let's see if there are any more cases. This is actually defined in that book. So if you read that book, you will get this test case. Okay, test largest. So let's see if there is anything. Test order, test simple, test 1, test duplicates, test negative, test empty. Yes, perfect. You covered everything. Good. Right? No, there are many. There are many. I will tell all the statements. I'll talk about all the statements. Okay. Now I have to do programming to do testing this one. So now where will means this is my programming, right? This is my programming package. I will write my tests in this. I will write my tests in this package, all the unit testing in this package. Now you have to always tell that what you are testing. All your test classes should start with test and tell that which class you are testing. What is the class? Largest. So you will tell that I am going to test largest. Okay. Now you have to use what? Unit testing, right? So unit testing is a package, right? Means it's a code given by unit testing. What is this is the jar, right? Means a jar will contain packages, right? What is the packages? See their packages. JUnit.framework is the package. So let me import that package. Import JUnit.framework means I will use that framework now in my program. And always your class should extend. You are extending. There is a class called test case. If you go and see here, there is a class called test case? Do you see this test case class? Who wrote this? JUnit. JUnit. This is in JUnit. So he defined what is a test case. Now you are writing a test case. So you will use extends test case. What is extends test case mean? I am inheriting, I am child of that test case class. Do you see? So I am now test case. Agree? If you inherit what? You are manager is a employee. I am a test case. Largest is test case. Please go ahead. Yes.
And this JUnit framework that we got, we have to actually use by going to the build. We actually import those jar files.
Yes.
Then only we could have all these.
Yes. Without putting it in the project, you can't do that. You have to tell that where it is, what you are including. Then see if this, how will it know where to find it? This one. This package is inside this jar. You have attached it to the project, right? If you didn't attach it to the project, how does it know where to search for this package? Yes, not each time, into the project one time, per project one time. Why will you attach each time? It's already there. You are including to that project. Means once if you delete this, you have to attach it again, right? But only once, right? Only once. Yes, importing is right. Using that in my class. If you want to use that test case, see where is this test case class defined? Where is this test case class defined? JUnit framework. If I want to use it, importing is importing into this class. Attaching the jar is for jar for project. I am attaching this jar completely into my project. And I will use this class now so that I am importing. See, every time I did that, for example, import java.lang.star. Who wrote this java.lang.star? Java. It's already defaultly associated, right? Java.lang is JRE classes are automatically, I will get it. Because see JRE runtime system library. Every project will automatically get JRE library. Then you can't use it. You have to find that jar and get it. How will you use that package without that in the jar? You can't take the jar out of it because it is compiled into a architect zip file. Its jar is a zip file, archive. No one is going to give the code. It's a compiled code. Jar is a compiled code. Will he give that code directly to you? It's a compiled. So no one will. He said that I will give all these packages. You have to take all as one. He defined it. It's his package, not it's his project. If you want to take it, take it. Otherwise, don't. That's it. If you want to use, yeah, good. Yes. com.sit.banking is one package inside that. Package. Package is group of classes. Package defines the module what I am working. Project is complete. What is the project? Yeah, this one, Feb 21st batch is the project. These are my different packages. Another project. Another project. Because I have to show everything from here. Yes, yes, this project uses that library. Telling that, did I write the JUnit programs? No. Did I write the banking programs? Did I write this? Can I use it in somewhere else in another package? How do I do that? Import, right? But I didn't write Java JUnit, right? So I have to get it and put it in the project, right? That's what I did. Then I can use import, right? That's it. If I write it, I can directly use import. You know that. If I write it, I can use in other packages import. If I didn't write it, what I have to do? I have to get it, put it and attach it to the project once. And done. Got it? 3. Different. But the libraries might be same. So use only one. You cannot use both of them. In a project, you can't use both of them. Only one at a time. Because the classes names are same. Conflicts happens. Okay. Use one of them per project. Okay. Now I have this one. So test case. Am I test case now? Right now? So everything The methods defined in the test case, I will get them automatically, right? Okay, I will get them automatically. Okay, no problem. Everywhere, every file you want to use it. Every file you want to use it. Every class you want to use it. If I don't want JUnit framework here, I won't call it. If I want it, I will call it. Because testing, where is test case defined? Who defined what is a test case? JUnit. See, he defined what are the classes in JUnit framework. Let's see, what are the classes in JUnit framework? He defined what is a test. He defined what is a test case. He defined what is test failure. He defined what is test listener, test result, test suite. What is a test suite? Yes, perfect. So he said what is assert? By reading, by understanding the framework, by reading about the framework. Documentation. You have to read about the documentation. There is a tool. How do you know about to use in QTP? You learned it. Right? You learned it. You do not know like a QTP right away, right? You learned about QTP. Similar. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Web-based application only. Web-based application, but you are calling from remote. There, the script is in the browser only. You are running there only. You are writing there, recording there, running there only. But you are going to remote and calling from Java. It's RC. IDE there only. Means you record it, it records JavaScript and runs there. Here you wrote Java. Now Java has to be converted to JavaScript and run there. Got it? You took on the browser, you are directly doing. It's functional testing only. Selenium is functional testing only. JUnit is testing a unit. You have to test that largest. Particular method. Unit. What is the unit? What does a unit mean? Smallest. What is the smallest part of where is the logic goes in a program? Method. Function. Where open brace and end brace is there. That is. See if you see open. Can everyone concentrate here for a second? Where are you writing logic in account? Tell me account. This is this logic? Is this logic? Deposit, withdraw or method, logic. What are those called? Methods. Logic is written in methods. So when you do something in the site or something, what happens? Logic happens. So what is the smallest unit of programming? Yes, you have to write for every method. Yes. 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 Means suites and all these things. Yes. Means one call, another call, another call. See, when you say login, you'll only call one login function, right? But when you say login and go to next page, select flights, and there are many functions. It's integration, right? Integrating this model with another, but you cannot use search flights without using login, right? So unit by unit, integrating units. So let's move it forward and you will understand it, okay? So this one, okay, got it? I can write a constructor, right? It's another class. I can write a constructor. Am I right? Forget about constructor or all this. But let's think like I want to write a unit test method. Public void test. Every test method in JUnit 3 should start with this small test. Got it? Now, which method I am going to test? Is there only one case for me? There are 7 cases, right? We have 7 cases now. What is the first case? Give numbers and you should get. What do you want to name the case? No, means like one is negative testing, one is 0, empty, order. What is the first one? Simple, functional, valid case. Let's say valid. Okay. See, now I am writing this. So one method for each case. Got it? One method for each case. If you don't have this test here, it is not a test method. JUnit won't run this. JUnit won't run this. That is JUnit 3. In JUnit 4, you don't have to write this. You don't have to write this. All you need to do is like in JUnit 4, you can name it anything. You have to put an annotation, test, like this. This is a test method. But that is JUnit 4. So now you got difference between JUnit 3 and JUnit 4. Okay. That is a famous interview question. JUnit 3 and JUnit 4. Okay. If you use JUnit 4, annotations. If you use JUnit 3, no annotations. Simple. Selenium works on JUnit, but both versions. Okay. Positive. Yes. Okay. Positive. I have used here valid. Now I have to test that functionality, right? Largest. I have to test that functionality. Let's say I have to call that method, right? Where is that method? Where is largest class written in which package? Where is the largest written in which package? It's in banking package, right? Do I have the banking package here? Am I in the banking package? No, but how do I get that? Import means com.sit.banking. Okay. Now I can use largest. Now I want to say that I want to create an array. What do you say? I want to create an array. Int array. This is Java. Please, everyone new, please leave this or do not mind. Okay. Int array. My test array is equal to new int array, right, of 3 elements, let's say, and int of 0 is equal to 7, int of 1 equal to 2 and all this stuff. But you know I can always write like this, right? 787. This I wrote the syntax, right? This you can, because I know my array directly. Is 0, 1, 2, 3 only. When I say new, it means like before, new int of 3. That is number of elements. Yeah, first index is 0, second index is 1, third index is 2. Yeah, this is the length. This is the length of the array. Okay, length cannot be 0, right? Index can be 0. Okay. Alright, I have my array. Then I have to pass into that and expect the, what is the testing? What is the test case? Can anyone define test case? Anyone? Alright, agree. Any new person? I know you know it. Any new one? New student? What is the test case? See, it came down to 6. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Am I recording this one? Yes. Yeah. What is the test case? Anyone? Yes. It's a set of inputs, right? And execution conditions, execution statements means you do something. I have inputs, I do something, I record and run this script, right? I have inputs into the scripts, I run this, then I get a result. But I have expected already a result. So I compare the actual result with the expected result and make sure both are equal. Am I right? So actual versus expected. What is the, if I pass this into my largest program, what is the largest one in here? 9. Int expected value. Int expected value is value is 9. Am I right? Now let's call that program, right? Largest, is it a static function or a normal function? Is it a static function or a normal function? Do I need an object or not? This is not for you. Do I need an object or not? Can I directly call like this? Okay. And I have to pass the array. What is my array name? My array. Perfect. And what do I get back? What is this returning me back? No, what is the type it is returning me back? Integer. See, it is returning me integer. So I have to put this in an integer, right? Int actual value, right? Right? So now, how will I do before? Think like there is no JUnit. How will you do? If actual value is equal to expected value, that class name dot method name, static function. How do you call a static method? Otherwise you have to call largest L1 equal to new largest L1 dot. But this method doesn't belong to the object. It's belong to everyone. It's class. Static. Last recording. Okay. Yeah. So if I say that expected value equal to largest actual value, what does that mean? test pass, otherwise fail. But JUnit gives you nice methods. JUnit is nothing about some nice methods. That is called assert methods. Assert, see, there is a assert class in JUnit. Assert class, it has so many methods. Assert equals, assert not equals, see, assert false, assert true, assert. You have to use a assert method, one assert method. There should be, if there is a test case, one assert. What is the difference between a validating and asserting? Can anyone tell me? In testing, there are two things. You can validate something, verify something, you can assert something. What is the difference between verify and assert?
Validating is when we already we are basically checking whatever the value we have got is X is up to the expected value. We're basically validating the result, checking whether the value that we have got is somehow actually meeting the expected value. Whereas in the case of asserting, basically are saying it should be equal to it.
It should be equal to that. So asserting, yes, you reached the point, but once, yes, moving it forward. Asserting means if it fails, you can't move forward. That's it, you're done. I will stop you. Verify, it will tell that, okay, if it passed or not, true or false. You can still move forward. You can verify, I verified it, but I can still, okay, I verified it, it is false, but I can still. Asserting means you have to stop there. So the program fails when the assert fails. Got it? That is the difference between assert and verify. I know, Shama, you've been trying to answer this, but I will pass this, okay? I know you know it. Okay? So assert. So in JUnit test case method, you have to use assert method. Without assert method, there is no JUnit test case. So everything is in assert class. That's why he wrote assert class, test class, and all this thing. Assert dot assert equals and all this stuff. Okay? There are so many things. I will go through each one of them. First thing, that's why assert equals. You can directly write. You don't have to do assert. These are all static methods in assert class. This guy also wrote, see, expected. What is expected? What is actual? What is this expected? Expected value. What is the actual value? Actual value. Sorry. Actual value. This one. Okay. And I have to do this one. Call this one. So, if it failed, the program fails. If it passes, it can move forward. Right? The program passes. But here, this is the only program we have. We are not testing many things one by one. So, this is them. If this test fails, can it move to other test method? The build fails. If this fails, the build fails tomorrow in your company. If the build fails, can you make the site in the production? If the build fails, first you have to fix that. Then only you will get the site. Got it? Testing while building. Running the tests while building. If this build fails, you can't do anything. Then the programmer has to fix it and then only you will come back. Either it is the error with the tester or programmer. That's why they are a team. Remember? Programmer and tester are a team. They come to the team. There is some error here. We can't make the site. Tell it. The tester will tell that it's not my mistake. It's your mistake. You have to fix the code. This is the bug. Right? Got it? How team continuous integration works? See, but there are so many lines actually. Let me do this thing. Now can I directly put 9 here? 9 here. And can I directly put this one here? Same thing, right? 9. Make sure this one. And can I directly put can I directly put like this? All one line. Why do I need to waste so many lines? Right? Pass. Say it again. Yes, anything is right. Everything is right. It's up to your comfortability. It's up to your comfortability. Little. Refactoring especially eliminates duplicates, but here not duplicates. That is my comfortability. Like small pieces, it's up to you. Here, like, I just want to means generally I would like write like directly like this. But for you it will take a while. For you it will take a while. It's okay. It's up to you. We don't have to like. But I all did it in one way. Means it's the same thing. Why do I don't want to waste lines? Okay. Got it? So now it should pass or fail. Let's see. Let's run this. Go and run like a Java program. And it will open a nice this one. Oh, hold on. See? This will open this UI. And it said red. What does red mean? Fail. See? Assertion failed error. means assertion failed, means you got something other than 9. See, expected was 9, but this was the value. You see that? Then go to the program and tell me why it failed. Go to the program and tell me if you tell me the bug of this. If you tell me the bug of this, say it again. In the beginning, right? That is the bug. Yes, perfect. I have two things here. First, he said I have an array, right? I have an array. I will get an elements in this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So I need a counter to place a hold the maximum value. I have to put the maximum value. First, this has to be the least value, right? First, I have to put this to 0 or min value. Means I take the int, means this has to be minimum. Let's take this as 0 first, right? Now I will go and check. If this is greater than 0, then put this one here. Otherwise, stay this one. If it is greater than this one, again I have to do this. If we put this as the int dot max value, can anything greater will be greater than int dot max value? No. This should be the first value of this one should be the lowest value possible. So if you see here, this guy is putting max value in the beginning. That should be min value. Take the lowest one, then compare. Are you greater than me? Are you greater than me? Are you greater than me? Then you are the greatest, right? Okay. First, when I initialize, I have to take a minimum value. I cannot take in integer there is min value, max value and 0. If I put a min value, then I will go and check that are you greater than me? Anything can be greater than min value, right? So you come first, 7 comes here. Is 7 greater than int dot min value? Yes. Then you will put here 7. Then 8 comes first here. 8 comes. Is 8 greater than 7? You will put 8 here. Then 9 comes here. Is 9 greater than 8? Fine. But this guy, what he did, first he set the default to int dot max value. That is 214824587. Is 7 greater than this? No. Is 8 greater than this? 9 greater than this? Nothing can be greater than that. So what is that? Yes, min value means you are taking the lowest possible and then comparing others, right? Either put it, if you put it 0, then you might ask me why don't put it 0. A negative number cannot be greater than 0. That fails with the negative numbers, right? How do you do then the first element? Like first, you are taking that first element. You take the first element and you are comparing with the second element. You put it comparing with the second element, and then you compare the third element. You take it. Yes, you can put it, but the first one. Yes, the first one you have to compare it again. First one, take it and put it here. Directly put it here. You have to write first logic for the first one. Agreed. Agreed. You will get them in. But if there is no element in that. Okay, you can't do that. Yes, that might be right too. I agree. We'll see. Okay, but you understood. But min value will take the, you know the bug that is there. It's developers. Okay, program. It's not, yeah. But he has to fix that one. Yes. Yes, that might be a good idea. But write a if condition there. If it is a count index is equal to 0, put it there. You have to write a condition there. You have to index is equal to 0, take that one and put it there. All right. So min value is 1. All right. Or if you put 0, you can do. So now first you might be tempted, then developer might put 0. Then you can break it with negative numbers. So that is done. Let's go and test this. Okay. Let's go and test this. Passed. Agree? Passed. So now.
List index greater than maximum. So instead of the min value, we would have written there list 1, list 0. That would have index 0.
You are saying like this.
List 0. Right at the top, right? Integer dot list 0.
List. So you are saying yes, index of like list of 0. If there is no index, if there is no element, you have to, it will fail. You have to put a if condition there. If that list dot length is greater than 0. If it is an empty array, you are making the program complex little. If conditions and all the stuff. I agree. That logic is fine. Then here, if there is no array at all, now I have to put that. Let's do this separately. right? Then how to do this? Otherwise, return. I cannot do return because it has to fail. Okay, so now, all right. So you got it. You have to do some extra programming and you can get it like that. That's fine. But right now, because there are more cases I want to do, so that's why let's not move from here. Okay, agree. So this is the thing. So now we fixed it. So now tell me the second case. Anyone tell me the second case now. Null value means no array, nothing, empty, not null, anything else. I want to do that last. Negative values, because there is a catch with it actually. That is a different concept. That is a famous introduction. Negatives. Okay. -7, -8, -8, -9. How many? What is the largest? -7. Perfect. Okay. Let's run this. It failed. Why? Something I changed it here. Index out of bound -1. Okay. Let me see that. Into dot mean value. Index is equal to 0. Index not blah, blah. Because this one.
Because the value of integer is 0, so it's comparing with 0.
Yeah. Correct. It will pass. I changed the program, right? That's why.
So, yes, it doesn't have to worry about what the developer.
What is the developer? But you know the case. But see, if you know that there is a bug, you can write that case and fail it. If you know if you can read this code, if you can say that there is a bug here, if you understand this, you can write a case and prove it. Make it fail. If you, do,
It doesn't have to fix it. Oh,
you don't have to fix it. You don't have to fix it. But you can see what he is fixing it. What he is making, he is still making mistakes. Right? You can still do that all the time. So now negatives passed. What else? Next. Only one item. Duplicates, perfect. Duplicates. Duplicates.
So when we are testing it, we are basically selecting that particular code only and then
Yes. Actually, no. I'm running all the methods. I'm running all the methods here. First, this will run, this will run, this will run. I'm not running one method. All the tests. When I run this, all the tests will run. Yeah, I'm testing only one method here, but every different case. I'm testing for positives, I'm testing for negatives, I'm testing for duplicates, but same method. What is the method I'm testing here? Largest. There are different unit test methods. Each unit test method is a case. See, on one single screen login page, how many cases you can have? 10 cases. But it is still one login screen, right? Here it is.
the test largest is basically the one method in which these all
You write a class for one class. If this class has 2 methods, then I will have maybe 20. I don't know. Right? You write a unit test class for one class. Got it? Inside that, for each method, many cases. One method can have one case only, one method can have 10 cases, but at least one method will have one case. Right? If there is a method, there should be a case. Only for business stuff, not other junk methods or anything like that. Got it? Now. Yes, I will run this. It is running 3 times. See? It ran this one, it ran this one, and it ran. It is telling me the time also, see? Third one won't run. Third one won't run. Yes, it will stop at the first one will pass, second one will fail. For example, let's say here I am expecting in the second one. See, actually third one failed. Why did third one fail? Can anyone tell me? No. Third one. No, I didn't tell that. Huh? Yeah, duplicate. So what should? 7. The expected value should be 9. Perfect. Yes, it's your bug. So it's not developer's bug. See, there might be 2 things. Right? Okay. Think like I'm expecting here 10 here. Will it fail? Second one will fail. Third one. Yeah. Yes. But third one passed here. You can stop it. See, third one passed here. Second one failed. Okay.
It shows runs 3 out of 3.
Just runs 3 out of 3. Second one failed. See, this is into and this is. Yes, you can stop it. You can setting. It's a JUnit setting. Means when you are running, it's a setting. You want to stop in an exception. If this assertion failed, the error happened, stop it. See, there is exception happened, right? This one generally caught it and went it forward. Means my JUnit here, this is a sample run, so it is moving forward. But I can change the setting to tell that okay, stop it after the second one. In build, when you are doing building, you won't let it this happen. But actually, sometimes you let this happen because you want to see all the errors at one time. Why do you want to stop it? The build. Production build, you want to stop it, but you want to see all the errors so that how many times you will build it? All the errors at one time, right? So, but will it compile? Will you get the compiled program? No. Right? Yeah. Generally what happens is like when building, you build the Java classes, all the largest and this thing, then build the Unitest classes, then build the Selenium classes, then you will say that make a Java archive, then you will say make a Java archive, but the Java archive won't happen. Got it? So if Java archive won't happen, will you put it on production or anywhere? No. Simple. Okay. So now this one, next one, what is the case? Test one only. Okay. So this is asset equals. I am using asset equals only every time. There are so many other methods too. What are the other methods? Let's see. So you can go and download JUnit to the class path and
Which eclipse is JUnit 3 already created, like the new eclipse must be coming, must be having
no, even this Eclipse has JUnit 3 and JUnit 4. It's your choice which one to add it to your project. You can always have that choice. Okay, hold on. Let me show you something. Yeah. Okay. So test case, always extend the test case. Okay. All right. Now, what are the methods? See, asset equals is there. Okay. And in asset equals, there is a message also. You want to put a message. Okay. Like let's say asset equals here. Let's say a message. We'll put a message if this fails. There is a different format, overload of this. Hello? Let's say this is -7. It will write it to some trace or something. Okay, these are all my, let's see, I will show you this file. This is the run log. See, failure 0. This is the log I got. 0, error 0, failure 0, started 3, test 3. This is the badge, this is the name, and this is the time it took for this one. Got it? Everything in XML. You got it? But it is not showing me hello. That's what the problem is. That's why. Okay. There is, you can put a message too. Now let's use some other method. There is something called assert true. Assert true, assert false. For example, assert true you want to use like here, instead of this one. Let's say variable like let's say int actual value, this one. What is the actual value? This one, right? No, I will call the program. I cannot say this is 9. This is the actual value. Means the program has to return me the actual value. Now let's say assert true. And I will say actual value is equal to 9. Means make sure this is true. What is inside this one is true. Got it? Agree? And you can say assert false. Asset false, this is not equal to 9. False or false, true. Agreed? Make sure, means if it is 9, it is true. Got it? Means you can use anything. Like they gave you so many choices. Asset equals, asset true, asset false. What is same? Can anyone tell me asset same? What is asset same? What is double equal to and what is equals?
Double equal is basically you are checking the contents of the
One equal is comparing. I think it's assigning the value. Double equal is when you assign a value like 9 to the.
I am not asking the difference between double equal to and single equal to. I am asking the difference between equals method and double equal to. Only they should tell me.
Double equals it shows that both the it has the same.
Employee E1 equal to new employee. Employee E2 equal to new employee. E1 double equal to E2. Employee E1 is equal to new employee. Employee E2 is equal to new employee. Is E1 double equal to E2?
That means the reference is same.
The reference is pointing to the same object. Is E1 E2 or same? Is E1 E2 pointing to same object? No. Same thing. Asset equals check for equality. Asset same checks for double equality. Got it? So that's why JUnit. Here I don't have objects, reference types. For example, that guy is giving me back an account. If the method returns back an account reference type, I can use asset same. You didn't understand. Okay. That's it. Not in this largest example. I cannot use it in the largest example. For example, let's do, I am testing some other thing. Let's do audit. What is this method? This method is not giving my account also. Come on.
Account.
But account is there, but what I am doing here? Nothing. I want someone who gives me account. Okay. For example, tomorrow I want to test like I don't have a right example here. Okay. For example, account A1 is equal to new account 121112. Newcomers, please forget about this. A2 is equal to this one. Now I say asset same. Is A1 A2 same? No. Is A1 A2 equal? Yes. Got it? That is the difference. But when you do asset same, then there are reference types. When you have to compare reference type, you will use asset same. For double equality. For equality, equals. For integers and everything, asset same and asset equals are. For integers, booleans, characters and everything, asset same and asset equals same. Yes, they should be same. Double equal to and equality will be same. For
you said for comparing the reference to use assert same.
yes, asset same.
For comparing equals.
See, for reference types, if you want to check the double equality between two objects, double equality, use asset same. And just equality, use asset equals. For value types, it doesn't matter. Double equality and equality is same. Got it? Got? Value, they hold value. They hold value. Reference type pointing to a value. Yeah. Means I is equal to 10, j is equal to 10. I double equal to j is same, I equals same, j same. Right? But if I is an object, j is an object, then that is different. Right? So that is the difference. So now how many methods are there? Asset true, asset false, asset equals, asset not equals, asset same, asset not same. Then there is something called asset null. Means it will check that if it is null object, is this reference pointing to account A. Now account A. What is the value of A? What is the value of A? Null. Is it not null? Means can I assert not null? It is null. It will fail. Right? So assert null, assert not null. So tell me what are all the methods?
When we write like that, even if it is a null, do we have to make A is null? Even if it is null, do we have to write it in single quotes?
No quotes at all. Null is a keyword. You cannot use quotes. Null is a keyword. If you put a quotes, it's a string. Yes, this is a famous bug actually, tell me. I saw a developer, he wants to put a null in the column. He wrote null in the column. It's no more null. There is a column, you want to put null. What is null? Nothing. But if you go there and write null, is it nothing? It is a string. Got it? That is a famous bug actually. Many people will do it. Yeah. No, we can't put bracket or anything. Null is a keyword. It's a keyword. Only that is. What is bracket? What is this bracket? You mean this one? It's not an array. You cannot use brackets only for array. Bracket is array. I'm not calling anything or anything. Null. That's it. Null is different. So asset not null. Now tell me what are the asset methods. Tell me asset methods. Asset equals. Asset not equals. Asset same. Asset not same. Asset true. Asset false. Asset null. Asset not null. Got it? Sharing? Yes, sir. It's already there. Yeah, everything is there with you, but you didn't find it. That's it. There is the example. All right. So got it. So how many conditions are there? Is one more catch here. Okay. That is the famous interview question. We'll see that. What is that? Yeah. Why would you put JUnit in exception? If it fails, you have to fail, right? Yeah, that is where I am coming. See, if this program fails, it is not returning what you want. Then your program should fail. Why do you put exceptional handling here? You shouldn't put exception. Yeah, now coming thing. Okay, now I am coming to this interview question and famous one. Here, I will pass a null array. Null array means no array. What should this program do to me? Think about logical. It has to give me the greatest of something. It has to give me the greatest of something. Then if I pass nothing, what is the greatest of that? What is the greatest of nothing? It should pop up an error. Means it should give me an error, exception. It cannot tell me nice message. It is supposed to give me return integer. This function gives me return. It is not giving me string to tell that okay, you didn't give me, you can write some text or something. But this is supposed to return. The thing I can do is like I can return 0. But if I return 0, that means the max value is 0. Is that right? No. This program is supposed to fail. Right? This program is supposed to fail. So now I will go here. So until now, my expected value is a value. But what am I expecting now? What am I expecting now? Error. I am expecting an exception. I am expecting an exception. Until now I am expecting something good. Now I am expecting errors. So how will you catch this? Public void test largest empty. Okay. Okay. Now let's do this one. Yeah. How can I define that I'm expecting an exception? Now let's see. I'll create an array. Let's see here. In my array, what will be the array? Null, empty, null. Perfect. Good. So my array is null. So nothing. I will pass this one to this one. Largest dot largest, and I will pass my array, right? So what do I expect here? Static. It's a way calling static methods. Means otherwise I need to create object by keyword new. I need to create the object of this largest. L1 dot, yes, L1 dot and stuff. First you need to use new keyword object and then use. Very good. Yes. See, you get the concepts when you use it. Yes. Now, yeah, tell me, what am I expecting here? Error. So exception. How will I know that exception happened? If I put it in try catch block, right? If I will put it in this one, try, and I will catch this exception. What is the exception? Generally developer will tell me that arithmetic or anything, but I will put normal exception. Everything is an exception, right? So it happens an exception EX. Okay. If an exception happens, the test passed, right? If the program fails, my test passed. Am I right? How will I tell that my test passed? There should be assert method in my program to tell test passed, right? I will say assert true and true. I made my test pass myself. Means I didn't, because there is no expect. Means assert true means passed, right? The test passed. Assertion passed. Right? If I go and call this, if the exception happened, means if the error happens, my program passed. I forced it to pass. Agree? If the program didn't fail, if the program fails, my test passes. If the program didn't fail, my test fails. Right? What is, see, the program is supposed to give me an exception when I pass this one. If it didn't give me an exception, what does that mean? It means, what does it mean? My test failed. Means that is not right. That is not right. Now I have to see, once the program comes here, it fails. It comes here and it will run this. If it comes here and it won't fail, it will move forward, right? What happened to my test? Did you say anything? What happened with the test? No. Then there is a keyword called fail. If the program passes, you fail your program. You fail your test. Got it? Yes. See, exception is the right thing to happen there. You see this. If I give null array, this program has to fail. Failure is passing the test. If the program fails, my test passes. If the program doesn't fail, my test fails. Got it? So I catch it and pass my test. If I don't catch it, if I don't error, it fails. No. Okay, this is actually famous interview question. You are expecting an exception. The interview question will be like this. Yes, there is a throw. If there is a throws on the method, remember methods have throws. You have to write this case for that one. When there is a throws IO exception, see, my withdraw had a insufficient funds exception, right? You have to write a case for insufficient funds exception and catch like this. That's the interview question will be like this. There is a method which throws this exception. How will you do the testing for that? Tell me. Yes. I will call the method and I will put it in try catch block. If the program fails, it comes to catch and I will say assert true and I pass the test. If the program didn't fail, it will move to the next line. There I will fail my test using the fail method. Fail method is a JUnit method to fail your test, forcing your test to fail. This one here, that's it. Fail, test fail. That's it. It won't move forward. That's it. That's why fail method. Which line? What is the generally here? Yes, fail will fail the not the program test. There are two things here. One is program. One is my test. Until now I am doing all valid cases. If this passes, this passes, this passes, this passes, this passes, this passes. But here I am giving some weird case. If I give an empty array, the program has to fail. If the program fails, my test passes. Because I am giving an empty array, the program should fail and my test should pass. How will I test that? I will call that in try catch. If it fails, it comes into exception. I passed my test. If the program didn't fail, even though I gave it to fail, I gave empty array, the program is supposed to fail. If it didn't fail, it comes to next line, right? That is not good, right? Then I have to fail my test, right? The program is supposed to fail when I give empty array. If it is not failing, there is a bug in that program. Fail, you are forced to fail it using fail. No, it will same show a red button, red. When a test passes green. When something fails, fail. You are saying fail forcibly, fail, that's it. It didn't accept, it accepted the null value. How would you know? Put a message in fail message or something. There is a message or something. There are many kinds, okay? Yeah. Here and you will only catch if that is throwing IO arithmetic exception. Use, what is the exception? Null pointer exception, right? Got it? Catch null pointer exception. Specific type of exception. If that is throwing null pointer exception, catch null pointer. So other exceptions you don't care. Got it? So now you understood what is fail? Alright. Who is asking? Yes, Shama. Go ahead. Are you there, Shama? You can talk.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was in mute, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. What I'm assuming is in that this particular piece of code, test largest empty. And when we say fail there, when we are forcing it to fail.
Yes, agreed.
So after that line, if it fails, I mean, we are forcing it to fail.
It
But
won't
after
move forward. JUnit failed. It won't move forward. Anywhere it won't move forward. You're forcing it to fail means you are forcing it to fail. It won't move forward. It came red. It will show us red. If the program passed, it will show us red. If the program failed, it will show us green. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. If the program passed, we want red. Yes, negative testing, but there is good exception testing. This is called exception testing. You're catching the exception. Got it? This is famous question. Okay. Yeah, you cleared half of your JUnit interview now. Okay. There is more to it.
Even if it passes, it comes to the next line.
Which one passes?
The largest of
This passes. It comes to next line. If it passes, what does it mean? What does it mean? It is taking the null array. Is it supposed to take a null array and give me the largest? And means it gave me a number, right? It gave me a number. If it did that, it gave me a number. For example, I will put this in int actual value. Actual value. If it came to the next line, what does that mean? I got an actual value. So what is the largest value of nothing? Tell me. No, then fail it. Got it? Agree? So that is fail. So you understood this is how the question can be framed and everything. Alright. So you cleared half of your JUnit and let's end this session here. And there is more to JUnit. Actually next week there is interesting stuff in JUnit. Mocking is there.